Spend a little time with me. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling, magic Monday. Yes, it has been a very magical day. Oh, we have had such fun today. Keeping a puppy quiet wasn't a very easy task today. So, but first we'll get there. What magic did you create today to help move your business forward? I got a couple more things crossed off my to-do list today. So I was like, yay, that's my massive to-do list I wrote up on Friday night, Saturday morning, whenever it was. But I got another couple of things off there, which was like, yes, which is always good because each time I cross something off, a little more magic is created. And the day goes a lot smoother. I mean, it's been a very smooth day today. No real stresses or anything else. No being slammed on the help chat. It was just a very smooth. For Monday, it was very smooth, and I appreciated that. Started the day with my, things that I'm grateful for today, and moved on to having a great time with my musings, and then we went had a shower, got dressed, and went for a walk. Came back from that, got online for the training. Then we did our morning live. Got a hungry pup who was still hobbling. So getting her to stay quiet today was actually quite easy. Being a weekday. Weekend, not so much, because weekends she's a lot more active because she knows that I'm not working on the weekends. But on the weekday, and so she doesn't come over and bug me as much. But on weekdays, she'll come over and just want to pet every now and again. But today she didn't do that. She just rested. And between her bed on the dash and the bed in the bedroom, depending where in the RV she was at the time, what time of day it was, so she just went backwards and forwards between those and just laid very quietly and slept. And she's had a couple of massages on that back leg of hers. We just got back from, and so it was very easy to keep her quiet today. That was the easy thing, is to keep her quiet. Had it been the weekend, she's very active on the weekend because she knows that, I'm not getting on the computer at the normal time. I'm not sitting there doing the morning training. So she knows my morning routines during the week. But when it comes to the weekend, things are a little different, which means I'm not working, which means I've got more time to play. In her theory, anyway. Dogs philosophy. If they're not working, it's more playtime. But it'll be curious to see what she does this evening. Because usually around 4:30 she comes up to me and she wants to start her playtime, but she hasn't done that today. She didn't actually start moving till I started getting ready to go for the walk. So I knew that she was babying her leg a little bit. We got outside, she's still hobbling a little bit. It's a slight limp, it's still there. It does look like it's improved, except for when she started trotting, then it became more pronounced, and so she just went back to a sedate paced walk. And so we just had a nice evening stroll. We didn't do a fast-paced walk, we just strolled this evening. It was nice. Got to see some new people out walking around. Not sure if they just arrived at the RV resort or that's the time they normally go for a walk, which is different to the time that we normally go for a walk. But it was very cloudy, and the clouds were really cool and had cool patterns to them. And but the sun was already below the horizon at that point. Well, it was before the sun actually got up onto the clouds. So there was going to be some amazing sunsets tonight, and I just was sort of like, no, I really just don't feel like being outside just waiting for it tonight. So we just came inside, and I was actually getting ready, and she is still favoring that leg. She just jumped up on the dash, but used only 3 legs to get up. That's interesting. And it was the opposite leg. Huh. That's curious. She just jumped up on the dash, used her front 2 legs and her left back leg, and held her right back leg up. And it's her left back leg that is the sore one. So that was interesting how she did that. Huh. I've already checked the right leg, and she didn't pull or tug or try to get her nose in between me and my hands when I was gently not massaging, checking out her leg from her foot, like looking at her paws, looking between her toes, testing each of her foot pads, slowly moving up her leg to her thigh area, and just gently pressing in areas to see if I got a reaction from her. On the left side, I did. when I got up into her thigh area, she would turn her head around and butt my hand away, so to say no. She's so funny like that. If she's laying down on the bed, and I'll be like, and I'll like go and I'll reach, I'll scratch whatever I can reach. So if it's her foot, I'll start scratching her foot. The next thing I know, her head's batting my hand away, and she puts her head between her paw and my hand, so to say, scratch my head. So I'll just lay there and scratch her head, and then she moves her head away, so I'm back to scratching the paw again, and back comes the head. So she's doesn't like having her paws handled, although the last time I had her nails clipped, she wouldn't let me touch her paws at all. She's more lenient for me to touch her. She's more okay with me touching her back paws than she is her front paws. And so every now and again I go up there and I go, give me paw, and I'll put her paw in my hand and start stroking it. So it's flat, and I'm just stroking it like this. And she'll try and pull it out, and I go, no, leave it there, good girl. And I just keep talking to her and praising her. And then finally I put it down for her and give her a lot of praise for leaving it there. But you can tell by her posture that she's not happy about this. So it's all part of her training, getting her used to her being touched in different ways, especially on her feet and her paws and that sort of thing. So she's not being as, no, these are my paws type of thing. But she sees me coming now, she tucks her paws up. If she's laying there, she'll shift so she's more on her front so she can tuck her paws under her chest so I can't get to them. She's starting to do that with me now. I'm like, you're getting smart. So puppies learning ways to divert attention or to prevent things from happening. But anyway, so we just had a nice quiet day today. It was awesome, amazing, and getting some stuff off the list. May get 1 or 2 items off the list this evening, and and we got our Amazon order. So I've got my funnels, got her new set of shoes and stuff, and then I got a stake. 16-inch stake to go into the ground for when I have her outside on her long lead. So it's not tied to the stairs of the RV. It's actually going to be somewhere around where the stairs are, but it's got a spiral thing on it, and you just screw it down into the ground. And I was looking at that thinking, maybe I could do my post drilling with that. Like go down, say, about 6 to 8 inches with the spiral thingy, and then uncork it back up, and then put the stake down in there, and then somehow get a bit of wood in my rubber mallet and whack it so it goes down those last few inches, and then pack all the dirt back in around it. So I thought maybe I could do that instead of with a screwdriver, the 12-inch screwdriver, so that and just banging that into the ground. But that would be a very narrow compared to the spiral thing, which is about this round. So which is almost the same size as the stake I have to put in the ground. I think the spiral might be a little wider, but we'll see how it works. We'll do that tomorrow. I think we'll do that tomorrow morning. Well, then maybe we might leave it to the weekend. I don't know. I'm going to enjoy next week because we finished daylight saving on Sunday, which means that Arizona goes back to being mountain. Well, it already is Mountain Standard Time, but when you put MST, people get confused and not realizing that you're actually on the same time zone as the Pacific time zone. So next week I get to be back on Mountain Time for real, and not be the same time as Pacific time. So my 8 a.m. meeting won't actually start till 9 a.m. I was like, that is awesome. So, which means I get an extra hour in the morning to get other stuff done. I was like, this is going to be awesome. So for 5 months of the year, I get an extra hour in the morning to do things before I have to get online. Isn't that cool? So it makes it for a weird work day, though, because the times that I have committed, I'm sort of like, okay, well, now I kind of have to move them around. But it's all part of the planning and just how things go. So anyway, we're out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling evening. I don't get to watch a movie tonight because I didn't get all my to-do list done for today. So I'll just go and make dinner, and I may read. Definitely going to be doing my crossword puzzles. So I may sit with my crossword puzzles on and my phone on, listening to, what am I on to, book 4 or 5 of the Misfortune Adventures or series or mysteries or whatever it's called. It's like a 21 book series so far, and I'm on to either book 4 or 5. This is the one about the CIA agent who gets planted in Sinful, Louisiana, some little town on the bayou. So you get to hear all about the bayou and how that works, and all the channels and the lakes, and how you get lost in there, and the swamp, and what you do with gators, and it's been a very entertaining book. In fact, all the books so far have been very entertaining in that series. So it's been a lot of fun to listen to that. And sometimes at night I would just not have the TV on at all and just put the audio book on and sit there and do my little jigsaw puzzles on Brad's iPad. I guess I should stop calling it Brad's iPad. But it's been he's I had one that I won that he used, and then it got too old, and so we got him a new one, and then he used that almost consistently, and I got a really cool cover to go around it that's got a keyboard on it to attach Bluetooth, but the cover's so old now that it doesn't really hold the tablet in place, and I don't even know what type of iPad it is to get him. So, but yeah, so we got Brad's iPad. I probably should stop calling it that, but that's what I've always known it as. So anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling, magical evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow morning for Tune Up Tuesday. Hey, Conetta.